Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So I wanted to do a really quick on-the-go makeup tutorial, something that you can do when you're traveling. And the reason I came across this type of look is because I was in New York the last week, and although of course I had planned to really put a ton of effort into my look every single day, I realized that when I was there I wanted to spend more time out on the road doing stuff than sitting in my hotel room and putting on my makeup. So I decided to just quickly try out a few little things here and there that make me look polished, put together, but still natural enough for a daytime look, but with little twists that makes it more interesting. So this is something that I could literally do in 7 minutes while I was there. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys, and I hope y'all enjoy. Bye! So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is put on a tinted moisturizer. I would really urge you guys to use a tinted moisturizer as opposed to a foundation for this look. And if you don't have something really light, then just take your regular foundation and mix it with the moisturizer. Make sure you really push it in as you would a moisturizer. And if you have oily skin, you can use a primer before this, but if not, then you can skip this step. After that, we're going to use MAC Pro Longwear's concealer in NW35 for the under eye area. You want to go with something that's a couple shades lighter than your real skin, and just put that on under your eyes as well as over top of your eyelids. Then we're going to go ahead and take Ben Nye's banana powder. It's really good for people with oily skin, and we're going to powder over our face with a large powder puff. I prefer the powder puff method because it really helps with oily skin. If you don't want to use a powder puff, then you can always use a big powder brush, but you'll see that doesn't give you as much coverage, and it also does not help with oily skin the same way as a powder puff does. You also want to make sure to powder the top of your eyelids after you put on that concealer. The whole rule for powder over liquid or cream still exists here. Then for my bronzer, we're using MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in dark, and we're just going to use that around the peripherals of our face. So you want to take it over your hairline and down your cheekbones. If you don't want to bronze, you don't have to, but I think it just gives you more dimension, especially after you put on a foundation all over. Next, we're going to move on to the eyes. We're using a bright blue eyeliner by NARS. It's a liquid eyeliner, and they only have 2 shades, so finding the bright blue one shouldn't be a problem. You don't have to use the one by NARS. You can use anything that you want. And we're just going to line our top lash line and give it a little wing. I'm also going over it a couple times to strengthen the blue and make it a little bit brighter. I've noticed with this particular formula, you can't just do one sweep because it kind of blends into your skin color and doesn't stay as vibrant. Then we're going to use a highlighter. This is called Light Sweep by MAC. It's a sculpting powder, and what I really like it for is to put on under my eyes because it really helps to brighten my concealer. So we're going to go ahead and do that, but also use it as a highlighter in general, like on your cheekbones. So we're using a tiny bit for that, but we don't want to make it unnatural because this is a daytime look. Then we're using a palette by Stila called Wonderful in Waikiki, and we're going to use the champagne color, which is a really light gold, and we're going to put that into the inner tear duct. You guys can also do a matte inner tear duct color, which would be like the 328 from Inglot or any other color that you guys like, but this one gives it a little bit more shimmer than a matte one would. I find that this really helps to brighten the entire under eye area as well because you've already got a highlight there. You can also go over it with a 224 brush just to take it out the corners and to make it look a little bit more natural. Then we're going to use a peach blush. I'm using Lovejoy by NARS, and we're going to put that onto the apples of our cheeks, and I specifically like it to go farther out into the hairline, but you don't have to do that. Also, since everything in the look is so nude and so natural, I'm going to go ahead and be pretty heavy with the blush. Then for the lips, I'm going to line my lips with Barbecue Lip Liner by MAC. Just choose something that is really similar to the actual lip color of your lip. And you're going to kind of color your whole lip in with it, not just the lip line. Go ahead and smudge that out. Also, for extra wearability, you can also put on a chapstick under that. Then from Inglot, I'm using color 25. It's a lip paint. I really, really like this nude color. And I'm just going to put that on with a lip brush onto the center of my lips and just smudge my lips down to create a gradient nude effect. I don't like nude lips without any lip liner, so I figured that the brown lip liner that I used would help that out a little bit. Then you want to go ahead and fill in your eyebrows. Of course, I'm using Lingering Eyebrow Pencil, also by MAC. This one's really good for people with my shade of eyebrows, a little bit darker and even a little bit lighter. Then I'm going to go in with a really thick mascara. It's MAC's Hot and Naughty. And it's really, really voluminous. It really helps to make each eyelash look thicker. You can also layer it with something else if you want to give it some more volume and length. Make sure you also get your bottom lashes with something that is waterproof. This one I think was the MAC Zoom Lash. And then I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys out so you can see everything. Stay tuned for pictures at the end.